Now it's time for Wes's trip down the river to continue. What are we going to find? Who knows? Who knows is the answer. We're going to have fun regardless. Because Wes is ample strong enough to defeat any challenges this game might throw his way. Now, manflies. We're strong enough to beat them. I just don't really want to. Not when I could just roam past them and drop down some more cliffs. Anything back this way? Oh. Yep. That's one of them taken care of, thanks to our old chum Gravity. Whoa! Okay, you're not a manfly. I didn't see you coming. Up. Quick sup, please, Wes. Boing. Now, is that cursed blade going to follow us? I'm sure the manflies are going to try. But I'd rather that the cursed blade didn't. Whoop. Yep, these lads are definitely having a go. Good. The buzzing has ceased. And we continue on our little trip. Oh, there's another one. Was there anything behind it? I feel like one of these little cliffs has got to have something behind it. But I'm not seeing it anywhere. So I guess we press on. Yeah, we know that there's one lad waiting for us down here. Just seems to be a whole lot of slowly progressing down a cliff face happening right now. Not a thrill ride. But that's fine. Now that guy's going to try and jump us, so maybe we step off the old horse for a moment and surprise our friend. Oh, I'm only one-handing the sword. What a pleb. There we go. Still lots of facial drops on the side there. Now, who are you? Are you resurrecting that fly? I'd rather you didn't, or are you just buffing them? I mean, it doesn't much help when you've got an absolute unit like Wes hanging around. Now, you behave yourself, cats. Bella and her lovely daughter Trace have just showed up and they're threatening to cause trouble with one another. I'm sure they'll behave in a moment. Now, just down there? Is that right? Try rolling and then joy ahead. Hooray! Behold, joy! Yep, I was promised joy. Now. Okay. We're down. And a catacomb is foretold, but that doesn't necessarily mean there is one. Maybe there is. We are venturing close to the edge of the map that we've uncovered. Now, what are you doing? You buggers do tend to signify catacomb in this DLC. Oh, there's lots of you. And we're poisoned. We're actually going to die if we're not careful. Right, there's one of you out. Good. Yeah, let's actually try paying attention for a moment. There we go. So yeah, there's a way down from up above. From up there. But we've been working our way down the rocks, right? So maybe we could have gone like another way and then explored that section. There's something on the old to-do list. But we'll hug this wall for a bit and see if we find a Casacomb entrance. Looks like it. They've not been our friends so far, because they've been full of Death Knights who are awful. But it's something to do. Wes needed something to do today. And the Darklight Catacombs could be it. Do we just pop out and explore that little section because it looks small? Maybe. We get the Sight Grace first though. I feel like there's going to be more going on in here than there is out there. So let's just pop back out and see what's up. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of anything in this direction. Is that our friend the moon? Maybe an item. Oh, it's a skull. Okay. Whoop out. Yeah, not much going on, so I guess it's Casacomb time. We'll put our lantern back on, and we'll begin with a shackle. Because it can't hurt to begin with a shackle. Nothing going on down there. Should probably call the lift back actually, because if we complete this place and walk back to the entrance, we're going to need to use that to get back out. Now, it's very dark in this Darklight Casacomb. There's a passage. Should probably be using target lock a bit, he says, as he gets assaulted by a git. Now, should we be using fisticuffs on these guys just because it's a striking weapon? Or should we stick to our greatsword just because it's amazing? Given how well it did against that first lad, I'm thinking maybe we stick. Now, death ahead? There's no messages and no bloodstains, so do we have a stone about our person that we could drop off the edge? Right, so there's stuff down there, but it would be death itself to try and throw ourselves off that particular edge. Now, are you going to come for me? Or am I going to have to get your attention? Whatever works. Now, there's one over there. I don't see much else on the go. Got to look up. See if there's a crushy roof, but thankfully that didn't catch us out. Now, options. And a big mouth. So which way is forward? Ah, this will be the lever. Good. That's promising. Oh, have we turned the lights on? Sweet, I'm glad we didn't miss that. That reminds me of the Abode of the Dead in Dark Souls 2. I've noticed a lot of stuff in this that reminds me of Dark Souls 2 recently. But yeah, there's that one place where it's pitch black and then you can pull a lever to make it less so, and it just becomes generally a lot more pleasant to navigate. And this is like that. Now, what's putting ourselves on this ledge done for us? Anything? It allows us to drop down there. There's no items further on by the look, so let's just drop down there. And it's a chest. It's a Viridian Amber Medallion +3. I don't think we want that. Extra stamina would be nice, but Yeah, I think we're fine. And then let's have a look. Have we skipped a portion of this dungeon? I don't like you. So you can get wrecked. Are we now going backwards through the way we were supposed to go, perhaps? I see you over there, Flower Imp. Kind of inclined... Oh no, I think I've got your attention. But now we definitely have. Good. So we haven't lit up the whole place. Just parts of it. Now, is it just you? And up we go again. If we are going backwards through places that we could have been, then yeah, cool. So by jumping off there, we basically skip 2 flower imps and not much else. Which means that's probably the way we'll go on future characters if they come here. Although I don't really want to take anyone else back to any other catacombs that we've discovered so far. Although maybe I've got one in mind for Lulu, but we'll cross that bridge when she comes to it. So instead we go down these steps. Nothing off the sides. No. Try behind, you say. So I guess you were trying to point out that bit to us. And we've reached an elevator, so I guess that's stage 1 of the catacombs cleared. One of the reasons I've been doing a mega play for the Elden Ring series is because it's bloody big. Never going to be able to see everything in one playthrough. And so this way we can have different experiences. Some of those experiences we can have include the first time through a dungeon experience where I stumble and bumble and miss things. And then the second go through where I catch up on those things that I've missed and pick up some cool stuff. And that's what we're doing today on Lulu. Also, she's woefully out of date. She's wearing base game armor, she's using a base game summon. Everyone else has got their cool new armor sets and their fun new friends. So we're going to try and rectify that. And we're also going to try and get a proper holy sword for Lulu as well. We've temporarily got one. We've got a sacred milady. She's dealing physical and holy damage. And should work out quite well for us. Now, here we are in Bonnie Jail. It's not a nice place, but it's got things we might want. So let's try and work our way through fairly quickly. Let's see, I don't think we need to ride down to the bottom. Yeah, got caught by that twice now. Yeah, we're not going to ride down this first set of pots because I think it's just a hefty crack pot down there, and we're not terribly fussed about that. Don't mind me, friends. Whoop. And we're down in a hole. And our messages are getting appraised. That's convenient. Ah, we got slimed. Get off me, you wretched pile of bones. Ugh. What sound effects were they? Okay. We're free of the goop. Now we're just knee-deep in corpses again. Not ones that we made. Sad times. Cool. Got a bit of health back from Big Pot, but not much. We might have to use another heal at some point soon. I feel dead stingy about using flasks now that I've got Taker's cameo. Okay, so item there. We're just going to aggro Pot Friend. I mean, it's a pretty cool item, all told. But yeah, let's just slip away. It's possible some small pots will follow us. Now, you. Stop being awful. Why do I keep just not doing anything about that attack? There we go. All you have to do is just move back slightly. Oh yeah, there is a third one. I was wondering for a moment if there would be. Should we deal with it? Or should we just go about our business? Because one's going to pop out there. But our business takes us down here, so maybe we can just ignore everything. There's an ambush here, yeah? Yeah. It's amazing what a huge gulf in difficulty there is between even just the first and second runs of a dungeon. You learn so much on your first run through that just makes the second a bajillion times easier. This brings us down and then takes us up, and it keeps going up. And there's a new bit. So we'll just ice those dudes, and what have we found? It's the Knight Armor set. Let's see what that looks like. It's significantly lighter than what we were using before, so we're going to take more damage, which probably isn't what Lulu needs, but she does look fantastic, so that helps. We definitely don't need Erdtrue's Favour anymore, because she's well down on the equip load, so maybe we'll have to change that for something. She currently doesn't have the two-hander on, so we'll put that on. We're currently not really using spells all that much, so we could replace Radagon's icon. Either way, we've now got more options. I mean, Axe Talisman might be useful, the amount we're doing big charge attacks with Milady. So what does up here bring us to? An awful bugger. So they'll get rid of that. I'm surprised it didn't try and ambush us at all. And the Shield of Night. Cool. So, the Shield of Night. Revenge of the Night. Unleashes the Dark of Night imbued with magic power. A shield awarded to Sword Hands of Night, cast in a bottomless black from which no light can escape. The outer surface is only semi-corporeal, providing reliable defense against attacks that are not physical in nature. Yeah, it's got pretty good stats for magic damage in particular. And then the rest of the gear. Flowing lines in the seeming shape of a fingerprint adorn the surface of this armour. Imprisons the wearer in utterly lightless dark. Bestowed on those born deep underground, ordaining them as sword hands of night. The shape of a fingerprint on the surface. What could be more appropriate for Lady Luna? Yeah, that guy's just going to run and hide. Inner just going to pop out of each of these jars. Okay, this one's coming straight for us. But why did I roll sideways on a bridge? What am I doing? Get wrecked. And then, as for you... Why not? Range on your missiles not quite as hot as mine, so you can get wrecked. Whoop. And then there was another Innard down here, wasn't there? It lurks in that room. How do you even crit these guys? Maybe not. And we find ourselves at the boss door. In a much shorter amount of time than it took. Was it Cherry going through here? It probably was. She spends a lot of time in jail. Now. Equipment is good. Oh yeah, I guess we can't change spells at this point because we are at the boss door. Twiggy and Crimson. Yeah, we'll probably change those up at some point. But here we go. So the Lulu has arrived. Now, where you at, boss? Do you want to just stop being a knob for a moment, please? Now, here we go. Although we're absolutely wrecking him on damage. Didn't even need to Ross him, really. Well done, Lou. Now you're fired. We've got Curseblade Mira. I mean, she's on the back bench. We want to try new summons. I've potentially got other summons in mind for Lulu down the line, but Mira could be cool. She's agile by the look of it, if she's anything like the other Curse Blades. And she probably causes bleed. She's aggressive, with those red eyes, which I always like in a summon. We've got Finite Hilda as well, but I've heard that she's kind of mid, so Mira can be our next summon.
I see.
Requires Ghost Glovewort. And we've not got any Ghost 2s. That's a good start. And we haven't got the ability to buy Ghost 7, 8 or 9, so hopefully we've got some of those hanging around. Otherwise Mira's not going to be terribly strong for an episode. Or 2. Okay, plus 7 is the best we can do right now. But maybe we'll pick up some more Ghost Glovewort if we go to a Catacomb, and that is the next plan.